Hiring the right real estate agent is key if you actually want to sell your house. The best person to sell it, though, probably isn't a family member or that friend. Let me show you how to find the right person. It's estimated that there are 3 million real estate agents out there right now, about 200,000 per state, and it only takes the average one 2 to 3 months of nights and weekends effort to get their license. As you can imagine, there's a wide range of expertise with a relatively low barrier to entry. According to data from NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the average agent does 10 to 12 transactions per year. Now, I think NAR claims that that's for full-time agents. Folks that are part-time might do 1 to 3 transactions, if that, a year. There is nothing more frustrating than hiring an agent who you're paying a lot of money if they're able to succeed, only for them to drop the ball. I personally highly recommend avoiding the part-time hobbyists. They're busy, they're unreachable, they've got excuses, they don't know how to do this with excellence. It's typically not worth the effort. And what I normally find is those are the friends and family. One thing that is nice with transaction information is it is public record. So an agent should be able to send you a link to a Zillow or a Realtor.com or a local agent feed that shows you all of the transactions they've been a part of, as well as the time frame of those transactions. I don't know about you, but if I have the choice between somebody who sold 50 homes last year or one, I have more confidence in one of those individuals. One quick caveat is you might also want to pay attention to what kind of properties they're selling and in what areas. If you have a $1 million home, having the guy that lists $50,000 homes in the rough part of town do your listing might not play out. It's very different avatars that they're going to be used to dealing with. The second thing that we want to do is verify their actual reviews. What are folks that have interacted with them saying about them? It's a good idea to do some Googling around online. You might check Zillow, Google, Facebook, Yelp. Oftentimes they'll have one they favor that they direct everybody positive to. We want to know holistically, how are they doing? You do want to just also be aware of review fraud. It's a real thing that the FTC has called out. If reviews are super general, like Stacy was great, not Stacy helped us sell our home on this street and did all of these things that made it special. One of those I believe, the other I'm going to take with a grain of salt. It might seem a little goofy, but you should ask for and verify references of folks whose homes they've sold in the past. Also a good idea to look at the homes that they've sold recently, and if they don't give you anybody recent, you might want to ask why. But asking questions like, were they reachable? Did they get you their price? Did they sell for what they told you it would sell for? Or did you have to price drop in order to move it? This part sucks, but you really should plan on talking to 3 to 5 agents that you've selected after doing kind of some online research or asking friends and family for recommendations. You want to kind of get a feel for what the average is and really look for who stands out and makes you comfortable. I want to highly encourage you to prioritize folks that are punctual. Somebody tells you they're going to be there at 5, traffic hits and they're not there till 5:30. Well, I wouldn't expect them to get better after you've signed the listing agreement. Similarly, prioritize folks that are reachable. When you call, do they answer? When you text, do they text you back in a timely manner or not? Part of being in real estate is you are kind of on call. They should be reachable for you and for the people wanting to ultimately buy your house. I also want you to be aware of agents trying to buy the listing. This is when somebody promises you a significantly higher sales price than anybody else. Their angle here is they want to get the listing. Then when it doesn't sell, they'll blame the market or what your asking price had been, and then kind of push you into just slowly price dropping over and over and over again, but that makes your listing stale. You also want to make sure that you don't hire a yes man. If somebody comes into the property and tells you it's perfect, doesn't tell you you need to declutter or take down family photos or put your cat's litter box in the garage instead of in the washroom, that's not a good sign. You want somebody that's going to give you the advice that's needed to get your home moved. Often that's going to look like, hey, I think this room needs a fresh coat of paint, or we're definitely going to need to do some landscaping, at minimum trimming back bushes and putting down a fresh coat of mulch. If they come in and just say, it's great, I can get you what you want, it's going to go fast, this is going to be easy, they're probably full of it. You should ask any agents that you're talking to what their pricing strategy is. Are they somebody that prefers to price it aggressively to generate demand and interest? Are they going to price it right in line with where they think it should sell and hope somebody comes along? Or are they going to swing for the fences and try to set a record? Often properties that are priced competitively out of the gate sell for a premium and quickly. When we swing for the fences that we end up not selling or not selling for what we could have, or if we try to undercut it, we get a bidding war so it looks really great, but you leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table. It's a great idea to also ask prospective agents that you're interviewing to provide you with a net sheet. What do they anticipate that you will walk with after all of the expenses so you can make sure that you're comparing like to like? I would also ask the agent how they're going to market your home to try to get it sold. Oftentimes they like to posture of, I have this great marketing strategy, but all it is take photos and throw it on the market. You might need a little more than that. Are they going to send out pieces of direct mail? Are they going to door knock neighbors? Are they going to run any Facebook or Google ads? Do they have folks existing in pipeline that might be interested before it even goes on market? You want to make them be specific, and realistically, their answer shouldn't be open houses. In our experience, open houses don't normally sell houses, but they are great for that agent finding new clients. This one's a little taboo, but I don't think it's wrong at all to ask the agent if they rent or own their own home. This is a real estate professional that's moving volume in real estate, yet they don't own any. That's curious. It's also a great idea to vet your agent's construction aptitude or understanding. It's very likely that during the inspection, there's going to be problems that come up with your property that you weren't even aware of. The difference between those challenges being handled quickly and in a cost-effective manner, or derailing a sale or costing tens of thousands of dollars, really is the difference between who you know and what you know. It's also worth considering if you want to hire an agent that's solo or a part of a larger team. With solo agents, you might get a higher attention to detail, but people are human. What if they get sick, or a family member passes away, or a long scheduled vacation is coming up? It's a good idea to know what their backup or accountability support looks like. On the flip side, working with a larger team, it might be a little bit less personal, but if they have somebody full-time at the front desk that rips the phone off the hook every time you call, that might be appreciated. You really shouldn't be deciding who you're going to hire to sell your home on the initial interviews. That's kind of part one. The next thing we want to look at is, what is their follow-up look like? Are they reaching back out to you to see, hey, are they going to get the job or not? Are they following through? Or is it they showed up to the presentation, they didn't get it immediately, so they've written you off? I've seen agents do some really neat things like swing back by or drop off thank you cards. I'd also look at, how do they treat your significant other? We want them to be respectful of both parties. Are they confident in asking you for the listing agreement or not? If they can't ask you to sign, what makes you think they're going to hold up well during heated negotiations with another professional? We also want to investigate if they're experienced in selling the kind of asset that you actually own. We talked earlier about price. Are they used to working with that asset class, that price of home, and that zip code in that school district? But it's also worth looking at, are they used to even selling that kind of property? Somebody that typically sells like hunting ground or apartment complexes probably isn't going to be the best fit to list your single family home. You probably saw all of the news about the National Association of Realtors getting sued for like price fixing or colluding to keep commissions high. It's worth pointing out that commissions are negotiable. While most agents are still going to ask for 3%, some might ask for 4%. Others might be willing to do the listing for 1.5% or 2%. Now, the average realtor is going to be pissed that I'm even telling you this, because how dare you? And if you go with a lower rate, you're going to get a lower quality of service. And that's just not always the case. Sometimes the guy that wants full boat sucks way worse than the guy that's going to do it for 1%. There are also some nice amenities that you could look into or ask for. Some agents will assist with moving, particularly like large teams in town might have a moving truck and boxes and everything that they will just let you use to thank you for the privilege of listing your home. Some other agents might be able to help with things like staging. For instance, at some of our locations, we keep staging materials in-house, and we can stage a vacant property so it feels more homey. If you live in an area with a pretty diverse population, what languages they can speak is also key. Working with somebody who only speaks English is maybe okay if that's what's average in your market. But if you're in Florida or Texas, or even some markets in the Midwest that have heavy Hispanic populations, you might be missing out on well-qualified buyers because they just can't talk to them. The last thing that you might consider before hiring an agent is whether or not they can pay cash for your property if they're unable to sell it. It's one of the things we do at SoldFast. We walk you through the on-market price, as well as what we could pay cash if that ends up not working out. A lot of agents can't do that, but a lot of folks like having that backstop, being able to trade their home in should they need to. My name is Ryan Dossi, and I've been licensed in real estate since 2016. I've personally bought and sold hundreds of homes. I used to self-manage over 100 rental units. I've dealt with good agents and terrible agents across multiple states. Hopefully you found today's video helpful. If you did, if you wouldn't mind just giving it a like or maybe dropping an encouraging comment below, that helps us educate other consumers like you so they don't get taken advantage of by bad actors.